What if consulting doesn't work out? Well, then all you have to do is go back to whatever you were doing before. You've got to think about it like this. If you are doing a job now and getting paid to do this job, you have this kind of stability going, and then you branch out into the real world, and because you followed me and everything that I tell you to do, you start a flourishing consulting business. But somewhere down the line, it turns out that it's not really for you and you don't want to do it. So you decide that you want to go back. What would you do? Would you just go to the street and say, I can't do this anymore? Or would you just go and find a permanent job again? You've got to look at it this way. You found a job the first time, maybe even the second and third time, however many jobs you've had in your lifetime so far. The point being is that you've already done the thing that you're afraid of having to come back to. So it's not really that scary. If the consulting thing doesn't work, just go back to doing whatever you're doing, which might be an okay paid job right now. And by then you might have more experience or more understanding of how to frame your experience even better, in which case you might be able to get an even higher paying perm job in the end, if consulting turns out to not be for you. So you really shouldn't frame it as like this end all where you're going to end up on the street. I think a lot of the time that's what we do, because we think if we fail or if something doesn't work out, it cascades down into this worst case scenario where everyone leaves you and you're totally alone and you end up dying on the street. So keep that in mind when you're taking risks or when you're doing these things. There are tons of different ways to do something without having to take on massive amounts of risk. But even if the thing doesn't work out in the end, you can always just go back to wherever it was that you were, and you'll have a new mindset to attach to that, so you'll be even better at it than the first time.